All right, let's see. I think we're live. Let's hop over to YouTube to see. Yeah, there we go. Had some updates, so hopefully everything is all good and well. We'll be grabbing the YouTube link here, putting it into our Discord channel. Yep, as I mentioned, had a software update, so hopefully that didn't do anything crazy. It was a kind of a minor one, so I don't think it took that long. Occasionally we get these when we have our software, right? So we had a little update there with our OBS. We'll have that every now and then, sometimes more frequently than others, just like any other app. But anyway, there is our live stream put in our Discord, so that is good. And don't forget, right, if you are new to the channel, have never seen any of my content before, I do have contest entries for Facebook and web on Sundays. Those are found on my Discord. For Saturdays, like today, that is found on my YouTube channel. There are videos to enter for that. So in case you weren't aware, you are now aware, and we are live. So let me just make sure we have everything else going. Yep, there we go. Okay, we're up and running. Love to see it. Ooh, wow. Bunch of live people in here already. We love to see Gary H. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. We have you on the picker wheel. I can confirm I just added you a little prior to updating the software. Nice to have you here. Hello, hello. If you haven't entered the contest, feel free to let me know. We can definitely get you added on there. I don't quite remember if we added you on there or not, but anyway, we've got a lot of things going on right now. We're in the middle of Winterfest. When I say middle, we're in the beginning stages of Winterfest, but it's still exciting. I would still say it's semi-early days, but yeah, there's a lot to unpack in a sense as well. So we got to get all of our free rewards here. So I still got to pick up these baubles from yesterday. So we'll make sure to do that here. Claim that guy. I also haven't done any of the mini games, haven't really even looked at them. I don't even remember what they were last year, just have not had time, but it's all right. I know y'all have probably some of y'all have already done them, and if you haven't, then we can do them together. Hillary, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Yes, Merry Christmas to you early as well. Thank you, thank you. And Merry Christmas to everyone else in chat early as well, or Happy Holidays, depending on what you celebrate. Don't want to have anyone feeling excluded. Hey, Bubble07, thank you for joining the live stream. Right now, we're picking up some different rewards that we can get basically for free on the Facebook and web pages. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we are going to pick up some Galahad Soul Stones here. Don't forget, every hero of the day, when they are announced, you get the Soul Stones. Let's see, looking ahead at this one, trying to figure out, let's see. I'm not sure who that is, if I'm being completely honest, off the top of my head. Any thoughts on who that might be? What hero that is that we're going to be seeing tomorrow? I'm sure it's probably released in Discord as to what the heroes of the month are going to be, or the heroes of the days are going to be. I haven't even looked at that yet. Probably should. But again, just things have been a little crazy this year. So what can you do? And you got the alert today. Nice, John. I'm glad. Yeah, YouTube's been all over the place with some of this stuff. Some of it's been good and some of it hasn't, but they seem to update pretty regularly as well. So I'm glad you got the alert. Sometimes it sends it out, and sometimes it just doesn't do it. So happy to hear about that. Let's see. So we just claimed our Galahad Soul Stones. We don't quite know who that new hero of the day will be tomorrow yet. At least I can't tell from the photo alone. We'll see. I'll look at some other things here. We'll see what we can do about that. Does it snow where I live? Yeah, it has definitely been snowing. I mean, not today per se, but 2 days ago we had a little storm warning, if you will. So it definitely does snow here. Road does get a little icy. I actually had to purchase let's see if I can find it here. Hold on. I actually had to get a snow scraper. I'll show y'all. Little out there, but it was a two setter. So one of them's in my, in the car, but this one right here, right? So it is like essentially a two-piece deal here. You got the back end of the scraper, right? Sorry, I know it's like show and tell almost, but anyway, we've got a scraper here, and it has a component where you can kind of connect it. So this one's the second one that I haven't used, but you would basically connect it together, and this part is the brush. So of course you can scrape off some lightly dusted snow, but then the snow that's really stuck to your mirrors and whatnot would be scraped off using this side. Um, Ideally, you don't want to do that too much though, because you don't want to hurt your mirrors and whatnot, and windows. But yeah, so a little something I had to pick up the other day because it did end up snowing. So yes, it does snow here a fair amount. Vitamin, yes, it does. Um, so yeah, you got that going. Incognito, yep, having the Christmas spirit going as well. And Incognito's got all the Santas as well. Hey Gujo, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Let's see, we got this. We're gonna got a little dialogue, of course, from the new twins here. We got we got Aiden and Kayla. So we got that going on here. Galahad entering the fray. So let's see. We're gonna grab these free soul stones, I guess. Yes, we know you're Galahad. We know. They really should find a way that we can kind of skip the dialogue, ideally, without just having to do the X, because then I don't know if we can get the rewards still, but maybe we can, and I'm just like overthinking it. It's totally possible. All right, so we got our Galahad soul stones here. Decorating the tree, we will use some of our baubles that we acquired the other day. Don't forget there is a hidden mini game here. I remember some of it, but not all of it off the top of my head, so I might rely on some of y'all. Usually you need someone to have their fireworks going off for part of it, so we can't really kind of do it without that aspect as well. I'm trying to remember. I know that there's usually like a little hidden box up here as well, so just trying to think out loud. I know we've got one in chapter 1, right? It's a little present, right? One right here. And I know we've got one right here as well. So those two presents exist. So that'll be two aspects of it. We also have, so that's two. Then we've got the bottom of the name when someone shoots off fireworks. But I'm kind of blanking on that other one. I know there's another aspect of this. I'm blanking off the top of my head. If no one remembers right this second, that's fine. I'll definitely review my notes on this before tomorrow's stream if no one knows how to kind of go about it. Because I remember it's very similar to what we did last year. I just haven't looked at it. I know we obviously have a second mini game right there, right? So in case you missed that, if you look at the merchant, the bell right here, you've got another mini game, and this is another one of those sorting ones, which is for lack of a better word, it's a project. It is essentially a puzzle within the puzzle. So if you haven't done this one, it exists. It's there to be done. So we'll just start it real quick. I'm gonna probably just get this one out of the way. I don't feel like this one's that intense compared to some of the other ones I've seen. Okay, why is it not? Okay. Also, I don't know if anyone watches football. Sorry, this just came to mind, but there was a crazy football game that happened earlier today, actually. It was, and usually football does not occur on Saturday, so it was very unique in that sense as well. But big comeback from the Minnesota Vikings. So if you are a Minnesota Vikings fan, I'm sure it was very exciting because they literally were losing 33-0 in football. And when I say football, I'm talking about American football. Sorry for that non-clarification because I know the World Cup is also going on. But because of that, right, there was a huge comeback, 33 to 33-0 they were losing, and this team comes back all the way to find a way to win. So pretty crazy stuff. That was big news earlier today. In case you missed it, just thought I'd let you know that's what's going on in American sports. But yeah, so that was a crazy game. We got next round there. Hey, Rodney Parker, Gujo, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. And the other, I would say, annoying thing here is the fact that there is uh, these guys do get smaller. I swear, every single time you run into one of these puzzles. So good and bad news because then they take longer. Oh, why is that arm not? There we go. That's Nebula's foot. We got more Nebula spheres. Got Kira's eye here. Kira's hand. Eye. Who do we got here? We got this hand maybe. Noise. Got what looks to be Celeste here. Got somebody's midsection. We've got Nebula, more Nebula here. It's very shiny. Yep, we got that one there. What am I looking at here? Not sure where that goes yet. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, Vikings won, John. Yeah, absolutely. It was a big game. That was crazy because I was watching part of it, and then when I saw at halftime the score, I was like, all right, well, that game's not looking so hot for the Vikings, who were slated to win that game. Granted, it was supposed to be a very close game, but when you looked at it, you're like, there's no way this game's gonna be close, based on looking at it at halftime, which is halfway through the matchup, basically. You basically have a team that's winning 33-0, and just so you have a good idea of how crazy that is the biggest comeback in football history, I believe. Someone will have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's like the biggest comeback ever. So kind of a big deal because it's not been done. So yeah, it was pretty exciting to see because I did watch the very tail end of that matchup. But yeah, all in all, that was a wild game. Hats off to the Vikings. Tough loss for the Colts. Um, yeah, just not expected if you're a Colts fan, and I'm not a fan of any one football team right now. I'm kind of a free agent if we'll look at it from that point of view. Um, but yeah, absolutely crazy that you have such a big deficit and you come all the way back to win a football game, which has never been done by that margin in the sport. I don't know how long the NFL has been around, but that's pretty long time. All right, so here we go. We're finishing up this little. I say little. We're finishing up this puzzle here. We got one more, I believe, because this is round 2 of 3. So these guys are, the next one's going to be very small, which it just takes so long to get these guys done. But anyway, I'm sure you guys have probably already figured these ones out yourself. And if not, it's you're matching it up. You're matching it up, and it's a good little time here. It does take a little bit of time to get it all figured out, but we'll get there eventually. And make sure you don't stop mid round because I'm pretty sure if you exit out, you have to start over again. I think I've done that before, and it was not fun. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Could be wrong unless they changed it, but that was what I remember. So we've got this very, very smaller version of a puzzle. It's fun, but it is a lot. I'm gonna go with try to find some defining features here. Looks like there we go, back of Rufus's head. We got what looks to be the face of somebody. Come back. I'm not sure where that goes yet. We got a hand here. Looks like a hand of Rufus. So I think we'll stick with looking at Marcus here. We want to look for those defining features if we can. So there's that. Okay, this is definitely Jorgen related. Okay, we got another Jorgen related piece here. Got what looks to be a hand. Voice. Let's see. Doesn't seem to match up there. Okay, let's find Marcus here. Got some horns, it looks like, so I would assume. Oh no, this looks like Mark. Is it Marcus? No, it is the arm of Jorgen. Okay. Got some Marcus here. Sheesh. All right, this is a little tougher than I expected. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. We're gonna get it done. Chapter 1, 2, the one with Lars, 10, 11, or 12. Oh, okay, right. We had that little hidden cave, I believe. So we'll take a look at that. Don't forget that like button. Yes, thank you guys for hitting that like button. Much appreciated. We've got a lot of pieces here that we got to deal with. So we're gonna get this going here. We're gonna get it figured out for sure. So let's do this. See if we can get a little faster than what I've been going, the pace I've been going at. Key is going to be figuring out where Dante's pieces lie. So there's some more Rufus. Got the arm piece here. There we go. Got Jorgen sipping on what looks to be nutmeg. Not sure. All right, we're getting some more pieces in place finally here. We got a arm of Dante. So we're having some more pieces that look like they're a little more connected. Love it. We got Dante's mouth here. Looks like the backside of his head. So you've got some more petal looking things, so that'll go here. Arms there. Snowflake goes there. Top of the horn. Got part of the thing there and some cookies here. There we go. Bowl here. We got, that one there. We got the top of this here. Top of the head. That part right there. Let's see, so did you guys already complete this? Because if so, hats off to you. This is a little bit longer of a process than I like, but we're making progress. We're making headway, I think. Let's see, so we got the bottom of the bowl here. Not sure where that goes yet. Oh, there's a cookie. Back. Fire. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're getting there. Just a couple more pieces. There's that. There's that. Last piece of round 3 of 3 in place. We can claim that reward. There we go. So we got 500 emeralds and 3,000 Winterfest baubles. Can't complain. We got Walt shooting off some Christmas fireworks. So we were able to click on the bottom bell there, and I got the letter Y. Now with that, we're going to go all the way to chapter 1. Claim that present I pointed out to you earlier, as well as the one here in chapter number 2. And I think we're going to go to chapter 11. Or 10. Nope, 11. Wait, hold on. For some reason, I thought we could click on one of these caves. It's not this one. Nope. Huh. The one with Lars. Let's see. Lars. It's not this one, though. Oh, there we go. It's the front part of it. I remember now. And then this is the matching game, memory game. Really kind of just like not the most fun one in my opinion because, again, the later you get in the stages, it just takes a lot longer. But you know, sometimes you gotta go with the flow. Okay. All right, so there's that one. We're done with this one. Moving on. A lot of different options here. Ooh, Anvari, Celeste, Orion. Ooh, Nebula, Celeste, Orion. Ooh, nope. Oh no. Martha, Dorian, Orion, Rufus, Jorgen, Martha. Nope. Martha, there she is. There's Martha. Okay, so we got Dante here. Jorgen, Kira, and Nebula. So there's Nebula. Luther. Oh, I don't know where Marcus is. Okay, that is there. There is another one. We got Rufus. There's Rufus. We're getting close. Marcus, Kira, Dorian, Marcus, and Kira, right? Okay, sweet. Is there another one? No, we're done. Okay, so once you have collected all those, you go to your tree, decorate the tree, and you click on it, and you get your reward. 500 emeralds. Oof, love that. Winterfest coins, bottled energy, and some Winterfest baubles. So those are our mini games. If you missed them, now you know exactly how to do them. I'll probably have to potentially circle back to that maybe in the future if I had more time. I would have made the videos already, but I didn't. So got to do with what we got. And we're going to go and spend some energy now. We're working on Lars here. Hand of Glory. Heavily needed item for him. We need 5 of those just for this singular item. We got 4 completed now, but 1 more to go to create the Oracle's sensor. So that is something to keep an eye on. We're going to have to check out the shop as well. Looks like we got some EXP potion to pick up. We're going to need them going that moving forward. We're going to have 2 heroes, right? We got Aiden and Kayla who we're working on. I was like, what is her name? I can picture her, but I can't name her. So it's Kayla. So yeah, we got some work to do with these new heroes in terms of items as well as upgrades. So just a lot of stuff we're going to end up needing to do. And I don't need soul stones just yet, I don't believe. Pastor Seal's not needed yet either. We do want the all-seeing eye. I do want the dragon's heart. I wish it was 10 instead of 5 though, but you can't really control how many items they give you on the reds. It's a lot less. So we got some progress here. All right, now let's look at this event. A couple things to take note of. We're going to claim our 150 energy here for today. We haven't done that yet, so it's necessary. Let's see. Letter 2, Winter Claws. I wanted to talk about this a little bit. What have you guys picked? Let me know, and let me know what you guys are opting to do. I think for me personally, I'm definitely leaning towards a totem, even though I don't really need it. I can give it away potentially to a guildmate probably. I'm also thinking I do not need this, so we're going to be eliminating the soul coin from this year, so you can place a hypothetical X there. I'm kind of thinking we don't really need chest of super titans either. Large skinstone chest, 50 is pretty useful, so I'm going to check that one. The 350 titan artifact spheres could be useful, but that's not very many considering how many pulls I know that I needed just to get some of the regular Titan totems, right? Not the dark and light ones. So I'm not sure that that's very helpful. 50,000 baubles, it's all right. Hero Soulstone chests, not really needed. I can get them, but I don't need them. 2,500 Chaos Particles, helpful. But for me, I feel like I can get more just from doing daily tasks. So that really leaves me between the pet soul chests and the emeralds. And I'm kind of leaning towards the emeralds at this time. Granted, maybe I should be concerned with chaos particles. Um, hmm. All right, I lied. It's now between these three, I think. I think it's Titan Artifact Spheres, Chaos Particles, and Emeralds. Even though the drops are terrible, those are two I think I'm going to consider. Um, hmm. What did you guys pick? Totem, and I'm all about pets, pink stones, and pet soul chests for me. All right. I think we're going to go with the pink chaos particles as well. I think those are going to be our three options here. And we'll roll with it. I think we're just going to go with it. I don't think we can really go wrong. I think getting a free gift is awesome. And so what happens when you send it after 7 days, your reward will get unveiled. That's just a heads up too for players who haven't played this winter event before. It's a fun little tidbit that they have going on, so can't complain. Yes, okay, so Incognito got a totem fragment, asked for a totem fragment, summoning spheres, okay, and chaos particles, okay. John Jensen said no one should ever go for baubles. You go for the emeralds instead, and then get the bonus for spending emeralds on baubles. Yeah, that's definitely probably the move if you're going to end up getting baubles anyway. So yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. We're going to pick up some decorations here, and soul stones. We've already completed that without really doing too much work. Pet summonings, 15. Should be straightforward. Let's see, we're going to do 10, 20. So we got Biscuit, Merlin, Oliver, Biscuit, Axel. Of course, none of these are the crow that I like. You guys know what I'm talking about. We're talking about Chorus. So we're going to open 10 more. And of course, get 0 Chorus Soul Stones. Classic, classic, classic. So we're going to just open these up here. And King of the Party. Take a look at this. Wishmaker sending gifts to guildmates. 50. Oh my goodness. 50. Okay, that's like total. So, okay, we got a bunch of rewards here we need to send out. So let's take a look. Decorate the tree. Sure. Receive and send. So we receive some, it looks like. So we'll send one back in that form. Get some Aiden Soulstones as well. We'll send some back to John as well. I find that it's easiest for me if I don't have to go scrolling through names. So if someone sends me something, I like to try to send something back, ideally, assuming that I have enough coinage. So we'll send that one back as well. Send one there. Nice, we got some gifts from Wendy. We got the Alvanor Winter Skin. which is not, of course, loading, but there we go. He kind of looks like a cross between an elf, Christmas tree, and a deer, something like that. Very interesting looking skin for Alvinor there. We got some soul stones for Kayla, so that'll help us out a little bit as well. And because we did send out some gifts, I believe we will also be getting some back. So we're going to get a hero upgrade, Titan Ascension. So we still need to send out a pet gift and a skin gift if we can. So we'll do that. Gujo said Totem, Emeralds, Baubles, because I like to send gifts. Don't care what people say. It's all about love. Yeah, no, that's fair. I will say, you can probably get similar offers for, if you get the emeralds, you can, send those back in. But yeah, absolutely, I get it. You can do what you'd like with those and help out the guild using baubles. So that is fair as well. Let's see. Check ranking. So yeah, this is interesting. They've added a new absolute elemental sphere with new dark and light spirit totem fragments. So that's a new thing that they got going on here. And there's, the lesser ones are also in that category. So that is something that's very, very new. And for the top 10, it looks like in ranking on your server. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's see. We're going to look at receive and send presents. I need to send a skinstone gift to somebody in our guild. So I'm thinking that actually I'm going to send it to a friend of mine. Hasn't been on in a minute, but if he comes back, I'm sure he'd love to get a reward. So let's see. We're going to have, don't know if I have enough emeralds yet to activate that, but we'll see. What can we do to get some more baubles? Let's take a look. Special events. Waiting for the holiday. Baubles, baubles, baubles. Starting or joining an adventure. I don't love that. Can do it, but I don't love it. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to spend emeralds here opening these chests. I need more rewards anyway. We'll take the gold as we get it, as well as the items. And it also allows me to get some more baubles in fact of opening chests as well as shopping days. So kills two birds with one stone. Maybe not the most effective thing to do every single time. Don't really recommend it. But for me right now, it's what I wanted to do, so that's what I'm going to do. Emerald Waterfall. Incompetent investment as well. Kayla's Ascension. Let's double check this. So reach the evolution level 3 for Kayla. So let's see, what can we do with Kayla right now? I think she's at 2-star, right? So that's what you do when you summon her. So we can evolve her into a 3-star hero. We can create this for her as well. Looks like we need a couple of those giant slayer fragments. I think we're also going to upgrade the Sparks skill here because I think one of the aspects of her event is actually upgrading her skills. So we'll take a look at this. Upgrade Kayla to 3-star. Reach the ability. Okay. So Instrument of Good. Reach artifact level 40 for Chakram, which is this first one. So we're going to get close, but not quite to 40. We're going to just trade in a bunch. And it's interesting to me that really she only needs the first artifact. So we'll just focus on that first one. So we'll just grab some of these. Kayla, where are you? There you are. Gift of the Elements, we'll invest there one time. Artifacts back here. Get it past level 40. Not to 41 though, so there's 40 for her. So we got some collect things as well. Let's see, Kayla, level 40, complete. At the limit, reaching glyphs totaling to 80. So we're going to look at kind of some of her alternative glyphs. We want to get everything to level 20, I believe, because that will get her to level 80, right? Or close to it. So we'll just go ahead and see if we have any remaining runes available. Do our glyphs get 30k? Yeah, so you definitely will be doing some of that for sure. Regular reward. Reward draw. Season ends. Season ends. Season ends. Group gift. Group gift. Sorry, I'm just double checking my inventory here. We got a little bit of energy. Not really looking to use it just yet. Season ends. Energy. Energy. Portal charges. So this might be one instance where I might consider grabbing that. We'll claim that for sure. Baubles. Galahad Soulstones collected. Maybe didn't need to gather those Galahad ones, but we're going to gather them. We're going to definitely gather the Kayla ones as well. And I know we got this free gift from Hero War, so we're going to claim it because it does expire in 13 days. Granted, could I have waited until later? Yeah, but I'm also worried I'd forget. So we're not going to worry about it too much. We're going to go ahead and sprint into Lars here. And we're just going to claim a couple here, see if we can get him, hopefully without having to use all 99 of our raids. 18. There we go. So we luckily didn't have to use all of our energy to simply create this Oracle's sensor item for Lars. Tempted to kind of get this one going here. And we are able to complete the Alchemist set, which will allow us to create the Asclepius' staff. So we're going to claim that. Gary says, should I use the 30 days of energy now? I personally would wait until the second half of this event, and that's just me. But I think it depends on how you want to play it. So you can't go wrong, I would say, using it now or later in the event. Personally, I'm just going to wait. I might use like a couple of these if I'm being honest. Hey, Grabnell, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. So I use the 30 days of energy now. So I personally think, I think what you're referencing is the energy recovery. I actually think it might not be the worst time to use it. I'm personally going to be claiming them for sure. Maybe not all of them, but a good majority of them. Yeah, I mean, especially the ones that have just been stockpiled up. Yeah, I think we're going to claim those. Some of them have really nice items with them. I'm not going to claim the energy just yet, but I will be claiming those bonus ones to start. Let's see, yeah, I think it makes sense. I mean, if it lasts for 30 days, this is a great little period of time. See, I'm not going to claim this one because that's the only item that I didn't claim. But with ones that have other attached items, I plan on kind of claiming those right now. So, yeah, I think it makes good sense for me to do that. And I think it's a good question. I'm going to personally do it. So we did that. I'm just going to save one for another time, but I think it makes sense. So now I can get my energy up to 240 and we get energy recovery a lot faster. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Gary H, I personally will be doing it. I don't know if you want to do it. It depends on what you'd like to do. I think personally it makes sense for me. It may or may not make sense for you in your situation, but I personally think it's a good time to use them. I don't really foresee myself needing to use them at another time, so I'm going to be using them now, for sure. So we're going to be checking out some of these events as well. Fight in Arena. Oof. Okay, so we're going to fight in Arena because that is one of our tasks. Oh, it's a very tank-heavy team. Kind of tempted to try it out. I don't know if I'll win, but I'm tempted, so we're going to try it out. Where's my guy Faceless? I think we're going to use Faceless in this one. Rare Faceless sighting, but you know it's either Faceless or Sebastian, and Sebastian I use a lot, so it's kind of boring. We're gonna use Faceless and see what happens here. See if we can maybe deal a little bit of damage. Maybe we win, maybe we don't, but we have a little fun in the process. We'll also be checking out Kayla in a little bit here because we did summon Kayla. We might as well test her out and see what comes of it. So let's keep rolling here. I'm gonna skip the battle. How did it turn up? So we didn't end up winning, which is okay. what happened here? So Maya was a problem. So we should have probably used Sebastian to cover us a little bit better, but you're not going to win them all. So, and I really just need a battle, right? So don't even really need to win necessarily, but we're going to claim some more items here. Want to give some gifts. Let's see, how are we doing on rewards? Okay. So that's probably enough to give one skin gift, but not enough for the, I think, remaining gift that I haven't given is, I'm trying to remember what it was. All right, let's see if we can just give out a skin gift to our buddy here. So we'll send one to him and we'll see what we can do. So that's one skin gift that we could send out today. Claim that. And we still owe a pet gift. So let's see, pet gifts can be given how? Decorate the tree. Or how many do we need? Pet gift, pet gift, pet gift. Oh, it's not as many as I thought. We can totally do that. So what I'm going to end up doing here is we're going to send one here. Actually, no, we're going to send one to, yeah, we'll send one out to Fuffalo. Sends me stuff occasionally. So yeah, we'll open that up. We've got our Fafnir winter skin. So I think, how many winter skins are left? Did I get all three already? No, I don't have the Phobos one, I don't believe. So we'll have one, I think, to spare still, that I don't believe I have. Let me just double check. Let's see, Phobos. Do I have your winter skin? Oh, I do have it. So I think I have all of them now. So we got the winter skin for Phobos. I believe we pulled the other two on stream, right? So we got the Fafnir one, right? And we've also got the funny looking Alvinor one. So we now officially are done with skins for the Winterfest season. Have you guys also been kind of collecting these Winterfest skins? Are you guys done? Where are you guys at? I'm curious. But yeah, so we've been, we're pretty fortunate enough to have our skin collection be done for that. So someone has shot fireworks for us, and they wanted to remain anonymous. So you can do that when you are shooting fireworks. What else we got? We got some artifact chest keys to pick up. One here and one here when we upgrade. So let's take a look at Kayla. Might as well just awaken the base levels here. We also can summon actually our main guy here, or twin, Aiden. So we can summon him up. So we will do so because eventually I'm pretty sure the second half of the event will entail us to level up Aiden just like we did with Kayla. So it's going to be very, very similar in that regard. So we need to get him going. We had her get her to what level? Oh, I don't remember, but it looks like I maxed her out, which is great. But we got some work here for Aiden. So we'll see what we can do. Can we max him out already before we need to worry about things? I don't know. Let's see. Looks like we can. Boom, all right. Ooh, level 130. Done. Okay. So he's now officially maxed out level-wise. We equipped that as well. Got that going. We're going to upgrade a couple skills there. Create this. Got Aiden up to green +1. Probably stop here, see what we can do for Kayla, if anything else, and what she needs. Because right now, focus on her. So we've got Giant Slayer. We do have some energy coming in. We're going to also spend some emeralds here. We also like to kind of promote some of our bottle energy spendage here because when else are we going to use it if we're not just going to hold it the whole time? So we're going to start kind of sporadically spending energy that I've been accumulating and saving up because this is the time to do it. So create a Giant Slayer number 2, create the Governor, and we're going to officially upgrade our Kayla to the next level. Do this here. course, we need more Giant Slayers, so let's just grab 5 energies. Just focus on that. Go ahead and grab that. We got some more energy here for some Giant Slayers. We need 2 just for the creation of 1 Apostle's Mace. So we got to do this again. It's a little repetitive, but it is what it is. Gujo, thank you very much. Appreciate it. So we got a bunch more of items we can do here. Antonio says, I'm done with the Winterfest skins. I spent a small fortune last year, so I just needed the new ones. I understand. I've been there, especially when you don't have any of the skins that were pre-existing. It is a daunting feat. So congratulations to you on getting those guys done, because it makes it a lot easier after the fact. But the first year you do need to kind of, if you're playing catch up, it's a lot of winter skins that you still need, and you can only get them during Winterfest, which to me makes it a little bit more work, putting it nicely, right? It's a little bit more work. Let's see, where are we at with Kayla? Kayla's up to 3-star finally. We can create this and create this. But does that take away from our creation here? No, we just need a bunch more Giant Slayers, it looks like. So we got some energy that is also stored up in our mail, right? So Hero War Promote. Thank you for your very small amounts of emeralds that I need, I guess. So we'll claim that there, that energy there. So we're going to claim, I think 2,000 energy is a good start, and then we will see what else we need to finish off leveling up Kayla at least to purple +4 to start. Because I'm going to need a lot of these, it looks like. So we got 71, and that will create 1 more of these. Need some more enchanted loots, so we're going to need more energy. Classic, but that's okay, we're going to start somewhere. Completing missions, nice. Tower runs, joining and starting an adventure, making purchases. All right, let's see, mail, energy, not yet. It's too early for that. Giant Slayers are slowing down my progress to Kayla. I had a stockpile of the other items. I am getting slowed down by that as well. So we got some Light and Darkness artifact chests. Sorry, I got excited. But yeah, the Giant Slayers, they're a giant slowing down factor for us as we move along here. Let's see. Quest complete. Kayla. Needing so many Giant Slayers. Where are you now? There she is. Let's see. So we need 1 of these. So we'll just rate it 1 at a time until I get it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We got it. On the 4th one, enchanted loot created. Got 1 Giant Slayer here. About to get a bunch more. Create. Mace completed. Kayla is now up to orange. Do I really want to go too much further? Let's take a look at what we have to get to with Kayla. So orange rank, and they want us to get her up to red. I'm not sure that that's really in my best interest. That's kind of high in rank. We'll see. We're not sure if we're going to get there yet. Evolution level for Kayla, right? So that is just getting her all the way to absolute. That is a feature for sure. See the gift of elements up to level 25. That seems a lot more doable, I would actually say. Don't love spending upgrades like this because it's just like a lot of gold used up really, really fast the higher up you get. Let's see, how far do we go? Level 21, level 22, 23, 24, 25. We'll just finish her off at this point. We're almost there. So we did. We finished off her gift of elements. So that's done. Got to do the evolution at some point. Red rank. So, a lot of stuff there. I get you, Francis. I get it, man. Stockpiling is slow. Upgrading her skin level, default skin, all the way to max. Oof. Don't know if I want to do that, but we can start with some level upgrades. But it gets very pricey the more you move up, which makes me more hesitant to do so. So Giant Slayer, again, needed right there. We need more Giant Slayer here for this bow. And the Desert Blade, okay. Something to consider there. And another Archangel's Mace. Don't really love creating that. We do still have some items in our pocket, so it's something to consider. How much is the Archangel's Mace? For a singular Spooky Fest coin, I think it's worth it. I'm going to do it. Now I don't have to create it myself. We can just equip it to her. More of these items. So we can create part of that pretty easily. We also have the Lycanthrope's Fang, which we will attach. Quite frankly, that's not a problem. But man, wow, we're gonna be working a little bit on her because she definitely has a while to go. But we can probably get her. I think we can get her skins to 20, right? It's not the most difficult thing. And obviously, you go to the weakest ones and get them all to 20. Should get you pretty close to the 80 that you need. 20, 40, 60, 80. Yeah, we should be well over the 80 glyphs that you needed to complete. So there's that. Alter Ego, default skin, and creating or completing a bunch of these other tasks. So we've made some progress with the Kayla portion of the event. Starting or joining an adventure, that's stuff that we will have to do eventually. Now keep in mind, there's a holiday every day. Every day. This is the part of the event that resets every day. So we got to make sure we try to get these done every single day. Incognito says, I pushed her to Violet and stopped. I don't blame you, man. I mean, looking at some of those rewards, or some of those, upgrades, was just, wow, this is a hassle. So I don't blame you at all for that. That looks like it's going to be a beast of a challenge. Someone's really going to have to be spending or have saved a ton of resources. I think most people will be spending to get to the point where they're completing that Kayla task. Hey, Wally, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. How is Winterfest going? Well, I would say it's good in some regards, and in some regards, I'm definitely not as progressing as much as I normally would because I'm not really spending, and that's just how things go sometimes with some of these events with Hero Wars. Is if you're not spending, you don't progress as fast as you otherwise would. And having spent in the past, I kind of have an idea of where I would be. So it's we're not quite as far as I would like, but at the end of the day, I feel like I'm making still solid progress considering I haven't really been spending in game at all. So all in all, I'm counting it as a win. Counting it as a win. So we're here. We're going to lose the matchup, but all in all, I'm having a good time with it. Having some fun, not taking it too seriously. But Kayla's, kind of a hero that I'm looking to kind of continue to, improve and see what she can do. So we're gonna take a look at that here shortly. By doing some testing before we really get into some winners for contests that we've been having, and wrap up this stream. So I think the plan here is going to be do some testing, get our hit in to the boss, right, against Osh in Asgard, and then wrap things up and see what else we can do to upgrade, but I'm pretty sure that's mainly going to be kind of the game plan. So, yes, do not forget we have 4 more Titans on the horizon. That's a fact. We got 4 more Titans coming in hot, probably after, right after we roll into January. I'd say probably mid to late January, maybe even into February, right? And if not, then all of January is going to be spent with Titans. So it's going to be an exciting time, and let's see what we can do here. Again, these just are not favorable matchups for us, but we're going to do what we can to be a good team player and see what we can do here. We will do Axel, but I'm assuming that this is a tough matchup for a lot of players in my guild as well. So we're going to just do our best here, see what we can do. If Cart can take out Rufus, that would be a huge win. And ideally Maya. Maya's going to be the huge problem for us here. Not too concerned about Juice specifically. Kark seems to typically have an advantage, especially when Ju is in the third position here. But if we can get rid of Rufus, it really will allow us to attack Maya and Isaac, who are going to be the two, not problems, but I think Maya more so than Isaac. But if he does ult at the wrong moment, it can cause some unpleasantness for us. So we'll see what happens here. It looks like Nebula's doing a nice job. Sebastian as well. Rufus is down. Maya shortly followed after that, and everyone else nicely falling in place. So nice little win there. So can't complain too much. Got a little win there in COW. We've got a little bit of a different matchup here. That is a little bit more difficult, but we go with a twin similar approach here. We're going to go with Aurora and Isaac, which is, I would say that's probably a pretty standard response to what I'm seeing here. I would like to use Cleaver as well. If I had a stronger Envari, I might consider using Envari to try to nullify Aurora here, but Chaba would be even more ideal. Unfortunately, we don't have that luxury. So we're going to really be focusing on getting things done here. And we're going to use Axel and hope that we can sustain enough damage and get some work done to maybe deal more than half damage, ideally. If we can take out Ching Mao and or Celeste, I would say we did a good job for sure. Facebook is okay, but web is low on my Winterfest, as well as second account on Facebook. So yeah, I'll be switching guilds on web when I can. I don't blame you. Yeah, I think being in a guild that does do a lot of activity is kind of important, especially for an event like Winterfest, because it is so intensive with people being active, but also people spending. So you got to factor that all in, and it can be the reality of the game is it's not the easiest event for everyone. So we did what we wanted to. We took out both Ching Mao there, and now we're just left with Martha and Aurora. So I'm not sure if we can do enough to get rid of Aurora. That would be ideal, and that would make Martha a much more easy target. But we'll see what we can do here if they can get enough synergetic drops or watermarks to get the job done here. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like we might be getting stalled out here. Maybe if we had Albus, this would be a lot quicker. But we'll go ahead and just skip the matchup, see what happens here. Oh, we did. Wow, we were able to barely pull out the win. So 2 attacks, 2 wins. And obviously my twin team is not max, not even close. And that team was pretty dang strong. So I can't complain too much here. What's going on here? Why is there still a target that's left in the Citadel? This looks like it'd be best for someone who has a Celeste on their team. I'm not that guy. My Celeste is way weak. So there is something left in the Citadel. And the Mage Academy. Those are probably the two. Ooh, that's not going to be a friendly matchup for me at all. So if we're going to try to deal a little damage, it's probably going to come here against this team. But I'm not really well equipped for this matchup. This is like my weakest team. This team looks pretty solid. You'd really want to be using Sebastian and or Nebula, ideally both, when facing Leanne to prevent her from being a problem. So I'm going to just go ahead and hit hard and see if we get knocked out fast enough that they can't heal all the way. So we're gonna rock and roll this, see what happens. Auto that guy up and go from there. So Ishmael is taken out real quick. That Nebula is pretty strong because it's dodging everything here. So it looks like I'm going to get taken out before really I can do too much, which I think is going to be ideal if we can, to hopefully not get them too healed up. But it looks like they're healing up more than I'd like. So Obviously, I knew this would be a tough matchup going in, but I'm doing more damage here than I would if I was facing the other opponent. But it looks like this is just going to heal them up and have them be set up for a pretty tough matchup for the next people who fight. Sorry, guys, but that's tough. That's a tough team to kind of contend with what I had going. So we did what we could. We did what we could. At least we put in the effort, right? So there we go. We got our attacks, and oh, we still have a Titan attack left. Is it even needed? Let's see, Titan options. Bastion of Ice. Alright, well this one's looking pretty strong. Don't really have the ideal team here, but I think we can deal enough damage that it's worth attacking. So we'll get that going here, and I don't think I'm going to really worry about timing anything up. We're just going to skip the battle. 19 out of 30. We did what we could. So we got some damage done there at the Bastion of Ice. Got our hits in. We got our hits in, and looks like we're doing okay. Santa's Slayers, very interesting name there, but a good time nonetheless. Yeah, the guild we are in right now is low production. Shaking my head. Yeah, I get it, but that's also why we haven't been. Well, I haven't been kicked because I've been very low in activity, and no one's said anything to me, so I'm not gonna complain. But I definitely haven't been doing too much in that account at all. But yeah, okay, let's hop back to Aiden here. We'll equip with the lower green items here. This shouldn't be a problem. Enchanted Loot and Wyvern's Heart. So a lot to do there. Clearly, Aiden and Fafnir are very low. Amir is not absolute either. How do I get Amir Soulstones again? Clash of Worlds shop. Yeah, that's not happening. We are not doing that. Let's go back to Kayla here. Upgrade her sparks a little bit. Let's see. Clash of Worlds shop. Titan Valley. It's Titan Artifacts. Okay, so we can upgrade. We'll upgrade a little bit here with heroes, but keeping in mind that we obviously have an event down the line with the new other 4 Titans as well. So we're just going to keep that in mind. We're not going to go crazy here. We're just going to open 10 of these artifact spheres because that's the minimum we can open while still getting our free rewards that are daily. Trade those in. Certificate exchange. I feel like the skin stones are appropriate. Can we upgrade anything here? Nope. No totem upgrade for us here. So that is about all we can do up there. Let's see, Sanctuary. How far are we from completing our pet absolutions? That sounded weird. It sounded better in my head. Chorus here, right? We're about 1,000 plus away. 1,200, 1,300 away. 1,201 soulstones away. Hey, Mr. Big, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. And going to say, should have named the team Santa Slayers. Yeah, that would have been better. That would have been better. Good wordplay there. Love it. Next hero of the day is Lars. Okay, so John knows that next hero of the day will be Lars. So that actually checks out, makes sense with the image now that I think about it. Okay, I could see that. I could see that for sure. But yeah, so we obviously finished up Axel, our first perfect pet. Our next pet advancement will be on Axel. So we need to upgrade Axel's abilities here. A lot of work to do with those particles. So chaos particles still needed. Only this one adventure open, and they haven't gone anywhere. So I kind of don't really want to join it just yet. We'll call that good. Now let's take a look at what else we need to do. Ooh, we haven't started our expeditions. That is uncharacteristic. We should start our expeditions. We should start testing Kayla a little bit. I just want to see some of her basics. Then we will fight off and have our winners. So a little bit of a longer stream today, but I think part of that also involved the hidden mini games, right? So those hidden mini games did take a little longer than we anticipated, but you know, it's good. It's fun time, and you can't really complain about it. So here we go. Got this here. Got this one here as well. And we started our expeditions. Nice. All right. Next thing, send out gifts to friends. Absolutely, we should. Friendship chips. Please send. See, and this is like one of those things where Facebook has a weird update and they just like are being really annoying with it. It's like send these heroes requests. No, thank you. Cancel. Cancel. Close. Why are you doing that? Anyway, okay, so there's that. Emerald Exchange, let's do this. So we've got it out of the way. And that leaves us really with testing out Kayla a little bit. So let's see. Hero Challenge, Auto Max. Let's just throw in Martha, the #1 healer in the game, and we'll do one-on-one her versus Kayla. Let's see how much damage Kayla can do to her. So we've got a Martha on defense, old lady, a little defenseless, kind of mean, but it is what it is. And we've got Kayla, who's just absolutely ruthless. So let's take a look at this, see how it plays out. So she jumps to the other side. She's burning herself and Martha, who now has a burn mark above her, right? And we can see that some pure damage is being done here. And Kayla's just kind of whacking Martha here. I mean, I guess the good news is she's not attacking the pet turtle right away, right? She's going straight for the body shots on Martha here. And then she decided she needs some healing, so she is going back to the other side to increase her health while also seemingly having a stronger defense. Shouldn't really matter too much. Martha's not really a big damage dealer. But we can see there's a significant portion of damage that was done to Kayla just by herself. Essentially, she just burned herself pretty good. So to the point where Martha's able to heal herself completely. Look at her. She looks so much young and rejuvenated now with this skin. But anyway, yes. Okay, so Kayla deals some damage, but it doesn't look like it's anything crazy. So we got a good idea of what she can do. Let's take a closer look now at a actual team formation. I kind of want to look at that. So I've been thinking about some different teams. Let's start off with obviously the popular team of Sebastian, Twins, Aurora, and where is Celeste? We'll start off with this popular team. I get it. It's popular. A lot of people use it. It's interesting. But let's take a look at how we can maybe approach a good offensive here. So I'm going to go with obviously Kayla, and we're gonna put in Aiden. I haven't really messed with him at all, but we'll put him in. We're gonna put in Isaac here as well. Really going for the throat here. So we're gonna go with Astaroth, protect our Kayla if she gets knocked out, and we're gonna also pair this with Martha because Martha is going to help Kayla when she's far away, heal her up a little bit. We're going to also implement Axel here and see how this plays out here. Single Kayla can't kill most backline healers, according to Hillary here. I want to see you test a combination of Aiden and Kayla. Yeah, we're going to do that right now. We're going to see what happens here and see what we can do. So really heavily going to be relying on the Twins here just to see what they can do, right? I mean, obviously they've got some decent supports here, but we're going to see what can be done here with this kind of matchup. So a very close proximity fight, right? We got front line and back line. Looks like Lars is really focused on Kayla here. And Celeste got taken down there. But it looks like it's a close fight overall, I would say. You got 3 now down for the opposing team here. A lot of big what's looking like Badooms earthquakes, but I think that's mostly Isaac just going off and a lot of damage here. Aurora really the only one left standing here, a minute left in this matchup. Not even a minute in. So clean win right there for Team Kayla and Aiden, the brothers. Clearly have an edge on these brothers with the right combination. So something to keep in mind there. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying. So okay, so pretty good against that squad. Let's see how it does against ODH combo. And obviously, we're just trying to maximize our team. So even if we use Isaac, I don't really consider it cheating in this aspect because we're really just going for the best counters. So we're gonna go ODH. Let's see, there's Dorian, the D of the ODH. Where is the O, Orion? There he is. And we need the Helios, the H of that group as well. I think typically I've seen more and more of this push to use Cleaver actually with this team, but maybe this is just on my server. Cleaver and Nebula actually. Nebula's a great hero, so I mean I don't see anything wrong with it, but it's very interesting. It is a little bit more of a synergetic team, but it's a dual purpose, right? You got more magic attackers, 4 to be exact, and then a physical attacker, but Nebula able to support all of them. Makes it an interesting combination team. I don't know if I love it or hate it. It's a team that exists. So we're gonna go Axel here again and see how this goes. Got Francis saying here, would Kayla, Aiden, Alvinor, Thea, and Damage Dealer work? Yeah, absolutely. Grove Keepers and defensive would provide a lot of heals. We'll test it out. We'll test it out here on this exact team after the fact. Let's start first. Actually, let's test out the team right now. So let's go Kayla and Aiden. We got Alvinor, Thea, and a Damage Dealer. So Alvinor, Thea, and a Damage Dealer. I'm kind of thinking, is Fox crazy? Is that it? That's crazy, or do we go? I kind of like to have. Well, let's go with Isaac. I think Isaac's gonna, even though he's more of a control support, he actually still deals a ton of damage when we're facing opponents like this. So I think we're gonna go with him as our damage dealer per se, even though in a sense it's a little different, right? Because even though he's our damage dealer, he's not really. He's not really, but he is. I hope that makes sense. Anyway. Some good damage done here. Dorian, Helios both taking out. Nebula as well. Wow, that was a slaughter. So really good team there. Let's see how that plays against this right here. So you said these two guys here, we're going to put in Isaac. We're going to use Alvinor, and we're going to use Thea as well. Looks to be a very solid lineup so far. Haven't seen any issues with it yet, but let's see how it does against the Twins. How can Nebula be countered, Incognito says right now. Well, I would say right now the only way Nebula can be countered, and it's a soft counter, is going to be Celeste. And I still think it's a soft counter really because you got 2 issues with it. One is going to be the fact that secondary skills aren't released. And Nebula has a secondary skill that is very, very tough for people to overcome. This team looks great, by the way. So I think that's very, that's something that's telling is like it's very tough to overcome that secondary skills that you see in Ascension. So I think that really kind of it's tough, Incognito. I would say right now she doesn't have too many options for true counters. You got to just take her out. Like I would use a Kark or Ryan or someone who's just very effective to dealing a lot of damage, but there's not really a hard counter, I would say, right now that I can think of for that specific purpose. Here, Aurora's kind of surviving, but finally she goes down. So let's see. Let's also see how this does against a standard card team before we wrap up things and get on to Ascension ourselves, so we can hopefully eventually unlock those Nebula special skills. But let's see. Okay, so we got a Kark here. We're going to use Astaroth as well. Astaroth. We're going to use an ever-powerful Nebula. We are also going to use Martha and Sebastian, actually. So we're going to use this team here. We're going to use Axel. Not really the most defensive team, so we'll see how that factors in. But obviously, the real point of this is to test out Aiden and Caleb together. And so far, pretty solid. And it looks like, who knows if they stay this solid, but as of right now, pretty solid combination. Alvanor and Thea as well. And then I like throwing in Isaac. I realize probably a little more effective against those magic attackers, but I still think it's something to consider. I think she's not bad. All right, so we got some matchup issues so far. Alvinor going down early is not ideal for this team. So Kark kind of putting a damper in things here. Yeah, this team covers a little bit better than. Oh, that's a very interesting gravestone there for Aiden. But yeah, so Kark kind of looks like a problem for this matchup. I just don't think Kark matches up well with these two twins, but I think these two twins are really meant to attack non-Kark matchups. I think in non-Kark matchups, these twins are great. But I do think Kark presents a unique problem in that he really targets those heroes who are weaker in health. And when you look at Kayla, she's set up to have low health. So that is going to be her Achilles heel based on the early preliminary testing that we've done here. Just something to point out. All right, so let's get back into Asgard here and see what we can do for our heroes. We're getting close to, I think, finishing off our big boy Kark, but he's got a couple little things left over. For instance, we can test out that team too, the Kayla, Aiden, Marcus, and Luther, and we'll test that out against the Kark team. I think that would be great against the other two teams that we've already tested and easily won through. But I think the real tougher question is, how do you contend with Kark? I think Kark is going to be the major disruptor for this particular lineup because of the way that it's construed. I think this is the paper to the rock, the scissors to the paper, right? So on and so forth. I think this is the Achilles heel of the Kayla Aiden brothership is going to be Kark. But let's see if your particular lineup can overcome. Let's see. So we got Kayla and Aiden here. We've got Marcus and Luther. And we're going to use Martha because she's the best healer. So we're going to go Marcus. If I can find him. Marcus and Luther. All right, let's see what happens. So we're going to speed it up a little bit because I don't want it taking too long here. But Luther's taking his sweet time to hop over in the middle of the team. A lot of chaos going on here. Really allowing for a lot more survivability so far. And so I like it from that standpoint. Nebula is going down. Martha's having problems. Martha's down. Nebula's down. Now it's just down to Kark and Astaroth. I really, really like the way this team's slicing through, but they're just not going to have enough firepower to finish the job. But it is a great start, right? They really were chopping away at the tree here, the team, really going after that back line. I really like that approach. So maybe we just need one tweak here to eventually take down this Kark team. But as it is, Kark team's pretty tough. I think that is very, very difficult right now. But, okay, Mr. Big says maybe Invari. Yeah, let's try that out. I think that might be the thing that we need to put it over the edge here. We'll go Killen and Aiden partnered up with Marcus and Luther. Marcus and Luther. And then we add in our boy Anvari here. Interesting how far back in the line he ends up standing, but let's test it out. Let's see if that is the solution that we needed to deal with this Kark squad. And Kayla hits hard, and Sebastian is eating it. It looks like thus far. So there goes that. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, Kark was not dealt with appropriately there, and that was a problem. What? We need to slow this down and see exactly what happened here. This was a big major upset here because it looked like in the early stages here, they were winning pretty clear favorites ahead of the matchup, and something fell apart here. Something went very, very wrong. So Kayla's facing the wrong way for whatever reason. Now facing the right way. Luther comes in. They're dealing great deal of damage here in the general to Martha and whatnot, and Var's keeping Kark in check. Sebastian's ulted, Nebula's ulted, so Nebula's dealt a little bit of damage, but nothing crazy. Martha's in trouble. Sebastian gets knocked out and is taken back. Kark, makes a second hit, and that is what takes down both Kayla and Aiden. And it looks like he had a ×4 hit right there, which that's tough to survive from. Leaving only 2 attackers left, and it looked like Nebula finished off Marcus there, so that just really left Envari. And when you're 5v1, that's a tough comeback. So I think that might have been a bad break, but that's a tough team, I think, right now. Kark is going to be a problem the way I've seen it thus far. Right, minimal testing, but I think just based off of her skills and what we've seen, a little bit of an uphill battle right there when you're looking at someone like a Kark team versus those twins. But overall, I still like the twins a lot. I just think that the Kark is currently going to be a roadblock based on preliminary testing and just thinking out the skills, right? So, all right, let's see what we can do here for our Asgard matchup. I think we're just going to go straight into it. Going to be completely honest here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me here on this stream. I know it's been a little bit of a longer stream than normal. Let's see if we can rev this guy up. So yeah, we're pretty far off. About 200 left to go. We're going to get our matchup in here. It looked like Nebula was stealing too much energy too. Yeah, I mean, Nebula is just a tough cookie right now to deal with because of those secondary skills, right? In Asgard, just a tough animal. So I think once we get some more of those in general for everyone else, it'll even the playing field a little bit more. But right now, she's a tough cookie. Guild Raid. Let's get our raid matchup on to take down the evil Osh. Granted, he's level 150 now, so he's a little bit more tough. So level 160 rather. So we're going to do what we can here to deal a little bit more damage. Not sure exactly what we can do about it, but we will try our best. So here we got our best team of it option right now. We're going to throw an Axel and see what can happen. Auto this guy, and I'm just going to skip him because we want to get our winners going. So we got 3 mil damage, which is not bad. Obviously, we'd want to get 10, but I think that'll we'll count it for now. We'll count it. All right, 12 and 13. Yeah, so obviously 10 mil damage is ideal, but you can't always get there. So we got our damage in. Let's hop over to our picker wheel because we got some winners to today. All right, so let's go ahead and open our picker wheel for today, which is Saturday. Let's start with our Facebook winners before we wrap up our stream. So let's go ahead and get this going. Facebook winner for today, December 17th, a week away, or week before we have actual Christmas. And so our winner is Tato. Tato is our Facebook winner. Congratulations. I'll be reaching out to you on YouTube if you don't get it to me before I get to you. So congratulations. You are our lucky Facebook Saturday winner. Let's see who our Saturday web winner is. So let's take a look here and figure out who today's lucky winner is. Andro, thank you for stopping in. We're about to pick our second winner before we wrap up the stream here, but always appreciate you hopping on. Francis Zegan, our lucky web winner. Sometimes you just have it going on, and you are our lucky web winner for today. Congratulations. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on this stream. We talked a little bit about some Kayla and Aiden matchups. It looked like we found some pretty good solutions overall. I will say there can be a little bit of improvement in terms of facing Kark squads. But other than that, we did some Winterfest hidden mini games, and we had a good time overall. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on this stream. Francis, reach out and let me know what you want. You are one of our two winners, right? You're our web winner. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me here on the stream. Before I head out, let's see. Lefty River says, can Soul Spirit of Iris harm Osh? I'm going to have to take a look because I have no idea what that skill is off the top of my head. Going to be honest, I haven't memorized Iris's skills probably as much as I'd like to have. So let's take a look before we head out. Let's see. All right, so Iris, Spirit, Soul Spirit. I'm going to go with it probably can affect her or affect him, but let's double check. Because I know some of these, if it's a stun or a something like that, then it will not. Because stun effects are not effective against bosses. But let's take a look. Iris. Soul Spirit. Iris partially absorbs the health of all enemies on the battlefield and conjures a seed of destruction. Seed is launched on the nearest enemy, dealing physical damage absorbed. I'm sure it does, but I'm sure that it's also weakened if you're talking about the seed of destruction. If you're talking about demonic synergy, that definitely works. That also probably works. I think that would work too. So I think all of these do work. I would assume those Seed of Destruction might be a little bit watered down. That occasionally happens with some of these boss fights. So if that's the skill you're talking about, it definitely probably would be watered down a little bit. You're saying Split Soul. Let me double check. Split Soul. You might be talking about Exposed Soul. I think that one definitely works. I would say Iris is fine against Osh, but I would say your best honest attackers, like if you're looking for solely attackers, you really want to look at Ju or Orion, someone who deals a lot of damage at one time. Continuous, Mojo might be a good option. Actually, Mojo is definitely probably a good option if your Mojo is strong enough. But yeah, those are probably the three main attackers I would focus on. But that's not to say Iris isn't good. I think Iris is good for sure, and Bitey obviously can deal a fair amount of damage. Yeah, so Bitey can hit all of the spheres as well. But yeah, so I think that is some pretty solid options all in. So I think Iris is still a good hero to use, just maybe not as your main attacker, right? So you don't want her to be your main attacker against Osh. You'd like to have someone who can deal a lot of physical damage or magic damage in rapid action, right? Rapid fire action. Basically, Ju, right? He has that like mode where he's like, I'm just gonna take everyone down with me, and he just deals a lot of pure damage. Whereas with Orion, just firing those missiles, really dealing a lot of damage. So yeah, hopefully that helps out. Wally's his best tank for Kayla is Astaroth and Corvus. Actually, we kind of found that Wally, the teams that really worked well for us when we were testing out, it looked like Alvanor and Thea, as long as we're not bad, as well as with Isaac. And another option was what else did we use? We used another one too that was pretty solid actually. I will say. Let me double check. So there's the Alvinor Thea with Thea team, but let's see, who is this? No, it wasn't the Envari team. Yeah, so Luther and Marcus with Martha was also a very interesting team. I don't know if it was an amazing team. It was not bad. I think the biggest problem for Kayla and Aiden actually is going to be Kark teams. They tend to hit the team in the wrong spots and deal significant damage. So those can be rough. But all in all, a lot to be said, I think, overall. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on this stream. We'll be streaming again tomorrow. So, if you didn't win today, don't worry about it. We have more winners tomorrow. All you need to do is make sure your name's on the Discord rewards as well. And while I says Thea, not surprised it showed among the video when Hero Wars did their stream. Yeah, no, I thought Thea did a really good job healing up, Kayla when she's further away. Aiden obviously does a really good job as well. But all in all, not a bad squad. I really like them. I just think that Kark is going to be the Achilles heel. That's all. Everything else I think is pretty solid. It looks like the team can take down a lot of different opponents and have some interesting synergy. So thank you guys again so much for hanging out with me here on this stream. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. The plan is probably going to be around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be announcing that officially in the Discord channel as well. And well, the new family heroes do have a bad setback. Yeah. But all in all, though, they take out the opposing twins pretty easily, right? We're talking about Lars and Krista. And it really doesn't look like they have too much issue with that. So some promise there. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you guys very, very soon in